Hey everybody, this is Dr. J. Spike, Kamal, and Arjan crying. We're crying tears of anguish, tariff anguish, salty tears of tariff anguish. I can't even compute how much I lost today. I need one of the NVIDIA chips to do the computation for me.
Yeah.
I added to my NVIDIA today just because I didn't know what else to do. I wasn't going to sell anything. Whatever I sold last week. I sold a lot of bio crap.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, I bought Amazon, and it went a lot lower since.
I would have bought Amazon today had I not had so much of it. I got killed on Amazon. I think I was tempted to buy more of it, even though I have a lot of it still, because it's such a bargain where it is. Well, Apple is a bargain now.
Google is a bargain.
Yeah, they're all bargains.
Almost everything is a bargain.
Yeah,
it looks like it. Yeah, I mean the charts would tell you today if you believe in key levels, might be a good day to start accumulating.
Well, right, but there still might be another leg to this.
It doesn't matter. I'm just going
to. What CBC was that some people are still in disbelief.
I think the second shoe. I think the second shoe is yet to drop.
The only good news I have, the only good thing that I've done is save a lot of dry powder, so I can just keep buying.
I think the thing that makes me confident is everybody is not confident.
Right.
You could keep your head.
Most people are jumping out the window at this point.
The thing is, the market is looking for stability or a clear plan. They don't like those surprises. They don't like this,
Well, Donald Trump is shock and awe. We have the wrong president for that.
Yeah.
To send the clear message.
Basically, we're waiting for the retaliation, if you will.
How are they going to retaliate? They're going to charge us tariffs, more tariffs on us?
There is that, plus boycotting. Boycotting is a very painful thing to do,
Yeah. Boycott soybeans.
There is
I mean, the thing is, there's going to be a cost to this to the farmers. And,
well, I think in 18 when he put tariffs on the agricultural stuff, our soybean farmers took a huge loss, and we wound up everything we took in tariffs. We wound up subsidizing them with
yeah, exactly. We didn't even make any money off the deal.
We didn't even make any money. It was an exercise in futility.
Well, that was a wealth redistribution from the poor to the farmers.
Yeah, Russ says agree. Everything is a bargain. NVIDIA is a player. I agree, Russ. I've been nipping it in.
Rob, how much is NVIDIA now?
Like
90 yet.
3. I'm going to buy more.
That was my price target.
More NVIDIA at 95.
Just above 100.
Right, you told me to bite my tongue last week.
Yeah,
you scared the crap out of me when you said 90, man.
So at least I sold almost all my bio crap last week.
Yeah, that's probably smart.
Yeah, but I went into TLT more heavily, so that worked out.
Yeah, no, TLT.
I actually did one thing right.
Yeah, well, we can talk about the fact that some of the international ETFs were green today. I think it's always good to highlight when something is green on a day that's just blood red.
Intel's up for a reason.
But yeah, it was bad.
I know Trump is going to come out looking fine at the end because he always does.
Yeah, I was hearing rumblings that Elon is going to step down from the Doge.
That's why Tesla was up the other day, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, the rumor is he's coming back.
How
many billion are we paying him to be CEO? He makes more than any other CEO ever, and he's not even there.
He's not even there, and there's better cars too.
I'm going to let Spike answer this one. What do you all think of Lilly? Because you're the only one.
Lilly's a bargain right now.
along with all the other mags.
Else,
You know, isn't Lilly the eighth mag?
I mean, I think we were talking about like Lilly going like down 8 up to 1,000. If it hits 1,000, go back. You know, get out.
Lilly was called the eighth the Magnificent Eight. It included
the Magnificent Eight.
Yeah.
Okay. You were worried. You
behaved like a
the
tech
government was going to affect the price of Lilly. How silly was that, huh?
I don't even know what's happening with their fat drug. I think they're eating Novo's lunch, though, right?
Yeah, they are. They're doing very well in that respect.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that you at 1,000, you said that it was worth keeping an eye on it because you would think an intervention was going to bring it down again.
Yeah.
And it's down to 8, so this is a good place. 8 or high 7s is a good place to get back in again. Probably,
and it pays something. What does it pay? 3%?
Yeah, no, there's a nice dividend on it also. That's right.
You got a dividend, and you got a stock that behaves like a tech stock, and you got a 20% cheaper entry from the top.
Yeah, it has a good trend line. I just drew one. I think it's right on trend. Looks good.
Now you're going to have to show everybody. You can't. You just.
Oh, we don't chart.
Don't forget that chart, man.
We don't. Do we chart on this show? I guess we do.
We could.
We could.
Nobody would care if we did or didn't.
Yeah. They just want to hear us.
They just want to hear me cry.
They want to hear us cry, right? You know, misery does love company.
Today is a counseling session.
Yes, you don't need shots today. You need Valium
to cry on.
What's a good drug? Valium or
Thorazine would be good, but that's a little bit strong.
All right.
Some Quaaludes.
Yeah. Little X.
I'm like all amped up. I'm like on an actual amphetamine, so I need something to bring me down.
The strongest drug
if you hit present, I'll put you on.
Yeah, I'll present. Sure, why not?
Great.
The strongest drug I had was Advil PM.
Advil PM? I don't even know. I haven't.
Strongest drug you've taken ever?
I don't think I ever took that.
Or today?
You could use it today.
Ever.
That's the weakest drug I've taken today.
Yeah. Well,
look at that.
Lilly on the weekly, and I think it's getting close to the trend that I had drawn from a while back. But even if you go to the daily here, it looks good. I mean, everything else today looked like it was kind of capitulating, but this one looks pretty strong. I think, it still hasn't even approached these lows here, so that's a good sign. Let's draw.
Didn't the pharmaceuticals get exempt from all tariff action?
Yeah, I think so. So, I mean, if that's the case, then you could be talking about a safe haven throughout all this bumpiness. And you said it pays how much of a dividend?
I think Steve said 3.
I have to look it up.
Yeah, I mean, that's solid. And then I think it's kind of forming like a little pennant here. Like it'll probably be range bound for a little bit and kind of boring, but I think overall it looks quite good.
I'm going to add this to my shopping list. What about TSM? Dropped huge today.
Yeah, we can do
Semi. It's one that I wanted to be in on earlier, so maybe now's the time.
Yeah, but yeah, I think this one it's like it's on the lower end of the range. So
you want to wait for it to come down to that trend line to buy?
You could, but I mean, if we think things are going to turn around soon, it might be worth nibbling.
Professor Omar thinks Monday will be the bottom.
I think that's fair.
Not a forever bottom, but a tradable bottom.
Yeah, I think this is gonna maybe it'll touch 775, but I don't think it's gonna go below that.
Yeah, TSM here looks interesting too because
looks almost the same.
It looks similar, but it's definitely on the lower end. But I mean, I think it's basic. If you like this one, it's right at its buy point.
Well, so it's basically a monopoly. All the all the AI chip makers use them.
Yeah, and they do have a lot of factories here in America.
They have some partnership with Intel, maybe. I think.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't follow them, but I do.
Shevik just said that Taiwan and Intel announced the joint venture backed by Trump.
Oh yeah.
So that's why Intel's up. I was wondering why Intel was up.
Ah.
So I got a midday bump.
oh yeah, that's my cousin. I told him to join.
Oh, okay, well, thank you.
So let's put that up as a buy TSM.
Yeah, let's chart it.
Our opinions are strictly our own, not investment advice and all that other stuff.
Blah blah blah. Yeah, but you're right.
What's Kaepernick I got to say? Oh, just howdy. Okay.
Do we want to do Intel or TSMC?
Either one.
Yeah, we can do some Intel here. Some Intel on Intel. How about that? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Let's put it this way: in terms of who can benefit, it seems like the Intel stock price is the one that could benefit better from such news.
Well, they have a head start on building factories in the U.S.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, this one, if you zoom out, it looks, geez, I mean, this has been a bumpy ride. I think.
Tell me about it. I've been in this since the 40s, not the 1940s, since the price of the 40s.
The 1940s, yeah.
They don't have the high-end chips that'll compete with NVIDIA, so that's the problem.
Yeah, I'm going to look at a shorter term here because the long term is just kind of confusing. If we just look like the last, what is this? Last like 7-8 months. I mean, the thing that you like to see is it's not making lower lows. The thing that you don't love to see is it's just kind of range bound here. But today, I mean, look at that trading range.
Well, you could play it conservative and wait for it to break the old high from a month ago or several weeks ago, put in a stop buy, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, stop buy. I mean, it looks like it's 50-50 odds anyway to go to the high end of this range versus low.
I think given this chart, given the way things are, I think I wanted to take out that high and then go in.
Yeah, I think that's fair. You can nibble a little, but yeah, I mean, the interesting thing here is it has this huge gap to fill up to, what would that be, 29? But I agree that if things are going to be bumpy, this one might just be boring for a while.
Also, you might look to pick it up at the lows.
Yeah, the line that I drew at the bottom might be fine. The thing is, I don't think, like, the lows keep getting higher, so you can probably bump that up here. You can probably get in at 20.
Again, I think it's not as exciting as some of the other semis. How about SOXL? That took a 25% hit today.
SOXL.
Wow.
Yeah, let's take a look.
That's 3 times the ETF, right?
Yep. And I know for a fact some people that are in on this in the opposite direction. The issue I have with playing these ones, right, is you have to be really quick. You can't hold these. You have to just bet on them when they're looking like they're at a reasonable level and then get out as soon as they approach the high end, because these are hyper volatile.
I think what Omar's thinking is maybe tomorrow we get a bounce and then we get the low on Monday.
Yeah, I mean, if you look here, it broke a really key level. Because hold on, this lower line here, you can see, I think right around $14, and it just busted through that to the downside. So I mean, if we think there's more downside to come, the way these 3x ones work, you can very quickly see this go down to $8-9.
And then you go in for a bounce.
Yeah, then you go in for a bounce. I think today there isn't a whole lot of point in betting on this yet because you're below support. Either it'll gap up or another leg down before it gaps up again. But yeah, I think I would be buying this one around $9 if it goes there.
Yeah, in the eights, what did it close at, 11?
Yeah, it closed at 1140. I mean, because these ones, because they're 3x the move, right? I mean, if something goes down 9-10%, this is going to go on almost 30%. So
You might pick it up in the eights.
Yeah, 8 or 9, I think, is fairly safe to go in, given that, if it goes below that, I mean, it shouldn't.
It's not that it's fairly safe. It's just a good odds, good bet.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, in a market like this, it's one of the more likely plays to work.
If you're looking to make like 30% in a day, maybe that would be a play.
Yeah, exactly. It's like making a quick buck and then leaving. You don't want to hold, because if you look at the opposite of this one, I mean, it's going to show the opposite story, but
the short.
Yeah, then you would want to short.
Yeah, the short. The short is going to be flying.
Yeah, SOXS. Yeah. Why isn't this working? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I kind of hate looking at these charts sometimes because they're just so volatile. But, I mean, the other thing here, though, is
this double or triple?
This is triple bear, so it's the exact opposite. But, I think what's likely is if that one goes to the 8s, this one will probably be right around $40, and then you might see a big pullback. But the interesting thing here is you can draw a perfect cup, and then the pullback might be a handle if you think that we're bearish the market longer term. This one might be a really interesting it might be a really interesting play on a pullback.
Yeah, I mean, both you can play it either symbol, SOXL, or what's the symbol?
SOXL or SOXS, yeah.
Okay, it's equivalent.
Pretty much, yeah. What else are we looking at? Oh, let me show you one thing that was green today that I was holding, which I thought was really interesting. The Brazilian ETF, the iShares. I mean, it wasn't a great candle, but it finished higher than it did the previous day. So
they're probably not affected by the tariffs much.
Yeah, and I also just think when I've looked at all the companies in this ETF, their PE is just so low that
mainly energy.
Yeah, it's a mix. I mean, it's mainly energy, but there's a mix of all sorts of Brazilian companies in there.
Isn't energy exempt from the tariffs?
Yeah, and I mean the other thing about this, I like this chart too because I think it might be forming a little pennant here.
So we got some ideas. We got EW. What do you call this?
EWZ. I'm liking it. It's going to have a little bit of
EWZ. It's exempt from the energy. It's a good play. You have for the biotech, we have Lilly, which is exempt from tariffs. Well, I don't know if they're exempt from it, but pharmaceuticals in general, right, are exempt.
That's correct. Yep.
So what's the other category that's exempt? Anything else? Or energy, pharmaceuticals, copper is exempt, and copper and lumber, Canadian lumber.
Yeah, I want to look at gold too because I think gold had a really interesting candle today because it opened at an all-timer and then it just pulled back really, really quickly.
Yeah, people said it was profit taking.
I sold all my gold yesterday.
So you profit took also?
Yep.
So
I sold my NEM, I sold my AEN, I sold all my silver, WPM, HL, whatever I had. and I sold most of my biotech.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, just look at this since last July, just a straight line up.
It looks like it's gone to 3,500.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the longer term here, it's just like straight up for basically since 2019.
I'd rather be in GLD at this point rather than at miners.
Yeah, yeah.
Although they say the miners are going to play catch up. Just like
Can
they
we check,
say,
can
just
we
like
check
they say,
Mara? Can we check?
Mara is the other kind of miner.
Yeah, Bitcoin miner. I mean, yeah, I haven't even looked at crypto today, but I'm guessing took it on the chin. Yeah.
Of course. Although the good news is gold usually leads the way for Bitcoin. So gold making new highs is encouraging for Bitcoin.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, there isn't much to like with this chart. I think really what you're hoping for is that this lower line, which I don't know when I drew this, might be a while back. I don't know why all these lines are here. They're kind of useless, but yeah, I mean,
I bought it today at 11:30.
Yeah, I mean, if this range here is correct or close to correct, you're at the midpoint. So, I mean, maybe it has a slight leg down, but it looks like you have fairly even odds potentially for it to get past this $14 level rather than go to 8.
I mean, the way I look at it, most charts are broken already. You know.
Yeah, they're all broken.
They're
for the most part.
Yeah.
Very few have the 50 above the 100, above the 150,
Right.
above the 200.
So
Well, practically none have the 20, trading above the 20, then the 50, then the 100, then the 200. Very few.
Yeah. I mean, the 50 gave it the death cross, but look, I mean, if you're playing for long, today might be bargain shopping, or even if you're playing for medium.
Yeah, if you could play it two ways: a quick bounce and you're out, or just put it away, buy and keep buying.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's probably worth nibbling because, right, I mean, who knows if we're going to bounce back up soon, but if you think that we might, you might as well grab some now, and then if it does dip towards this lower end, then you can save your cash to buy more.
Professor Omar still thinks it's possible that we're in for a 30% melt up from here.
Yeah.
That would move us up to, what is it, 5,400? 54 times 3 is 162. 1162 above 55. What are we, 54.30 he bought at?
Yeah, we can look at SPY because, I mean, I think SPY kind of tells the whole story when I was looking at it earlier because we're at
he thinks 700 SPY might happen.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you look where we closed today, we closed below some fairly key support levels at 540, but hold on, let me go to the 1 year just because the 5 year is just a little too messy. Yeah, I mean, if you think that there's more trouble down, it doesn't look like it's going to be massively far below in a way that if you're a long-term investor, you can start probably nibbling here because the next level down, I mean, what would you say? Like here, probably 525. That's like an inflection point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, we're below the 200 day, which, I mean, what that's meant for the last few years is we're going to be above it soon. But yeah, I mean, so Omar, he said 700?
Yeah, 30% move on top from here. That would not be about 700?
Yeah, I guess. I thought the number was 630, but no, I guess we've already hit 630. So yeah, maybe it's the...
No, we hit 611.
611, yeah. well, 20, 30, whatever percentage of. I think I generally agree that there might be one more vicious rally before blow off top. I think that's kind of what Omar was saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're gonna get sucked up into that vacuum, that gap there. You see that gap when
Yep.
we recover. I mean,
I
when
really
we recover,
really
it's
think
really fast.
not enough people have been shook out yet. I think we get one more big shakeout on Monday. Tomorrow we get a head fake rally.
Yeah, maybe something like head fake rally up, and then huge gap down potentially Monday. And then maybe that's an island bottom reversal. I mean, we've seen that so many times, right? Like,
Yep.
last time we saw that was August 2024, where basically maybe we open at around 525 and then it gets bought up, and then, I mean, who knows? Could
I
go.
think Monday it'll be a pretty low number.
The fact that we broke below 540 today is not a good sign.
Yeah, I think we're heading maybe to 520.
It's not a good sign for the short term. I agree, but these types of 4 or 5% down days almost never happen. So I think that buyers are going to come in sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Well, they'll be in tomorrow for the bargains.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, they'll be in tomorrow for the bargains, and Monday, according to Omar's figure, bottom. We make the bottom on Monday. We almost never make the bottom on Friday, says Omar.
Can you check Cabinet Guys' comments, the last one?
Yeah.
Hymns for recession. Yeah, because my cousin asked some questions about recession stocks and sectors. We can talk about that more at the end. Like, everyone can give their thoughts on where they want to hide out. But let's look at hymns. Interesting company. They're pretty diversified in terms of what they offer, but yeah, I mean, it's a better chart than most, right? Because all you can say right now is most of what we're seeing is fairly negative in terms of its trend. But this one, at least it's above the 200. Sorry, my screen.
It looks like it hasn't broken trend.
Hasn't quite broken. It's maybe just starting to break.
Just starting, yeah.
But nothing too ugly.
It might be a good one.
Yeah, this might be.
I'd rather buy NVIDIA, which I am doing, by the way, nvda. I think it's a safer play. Even though it could go down another 20%, there's no question. But still, I think I like it better than HIMS.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. HIMS really took off and then just crashed back to earth. But I mean, I think it's a fair play at this point. Like, I was looking at its valuation a couple days ago, and it doesn't seem out of control the way other things are. But yeah, we can look at NVIDIA because that's kind of the bell cow. And then maybe, yeah, actually, then I have to call it. I have to hop off soon.
Sure.
Yeah, so this one, I mean, it's near support. It's at support, actually. You can see there is clearly a negative trend overall, but the thing about this one is, what's this level here?
You see where it stopped? It stopped at multiple location. You know, there's multiple candles that hit that line, right?
There are, yeah. And even if you think there's more downside, I mean, really, it should only be another couple bucks.
95 I'm looking at.
95 I could see. And then that's really strong support there if you don't think this is already strong support. And then, yeah, I mean, like most stocks, the best you can say is it's range bound right now, where most things are in a downtrend. I mean, but this looks like it's at the lower end of a $30,
My
$40.
my shopping list includes Costco for computer staples. I mean, for consumer staples, and Netflix, as well as Taiwan Semi and nvda. That's my shopping list.
Yeah. Well, all right. I gotta hop off soon, but we can do some
One
closing.
more, Apple, the number one owned stock in the world.
Oh, Apple.
More people own Apple than any other name.
Really?
Sure.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
in-
Let's
it's in
do
the-
Apple, and then we can hop off.
Yeah, Apple, we got cream today.
Apple. Yeah, I mean, this one just absolutely rocked, but I don't know what to do with this stock as of right now. I mean, I could see it going down a little bit more to, well, I mean, it's only a couple bucks, I guess. Yeah, similar to nvda, maybe 195, the same way nvda could go to 95.
Yeah.
And then maybe on the violent rebound, it just blows through the 200-day and just keeps on its merry way. But yeah,
you have to talk numbers because we have black screen.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know
I
what
mean,
happened.
this candle is like a drop. It drops
What
from
do
the
you
sky.
see from Apple as a turning point?
195.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll stop sharing.
Then we'll
I don't know
call
what-
it here. We'll do final thoughts, and that's it.
Sounds good. Yeah, I mean, my final thoughts, I think, are pretty similar to Omar's in the short term. I think capitulation is pretty close to happening in the next few days, and then a rally should happen. I don't know if it's 700, but we should have a rally. And then I think medium to longer term, I want to continue to hide out in some safer plays. Like, I like the metals still. I like platinum. I like South America, Brazil. And yeah, I think America is fairly overvalued right now on average.
I'm still with American stocks. My five most interesting ones are Lilly, nvda, Taiwan Semi. Taiwan Semi. What else did I say? Apple.
You had the same list I do.
Same list. All right. What about you, Kamal?
I think if you buy the mags right now, MAGS, you know it's a very safe bet.
Okay. And Professor Spike?
Well, I think these next 3 or 4 days are the time to buy, especially for long term.
There we have it. None of us have been chickening out as of yet.
Not quite, but
Thanks
maybe.
for showing up. Give us a like. If you like our show, don't be afraid to show it. Give us a like. Adios, amigos, and ciao.
Good stuff. So yeah.
Thanks for